Good morning. I'm Spot On Weather meteorologist Matthew Euler, and here is your latest weather forecast update. I titled today's presentation Waves of Chilly Air. We are in that time of year where we're going to see repetitive cold fronts, almost like a repetitive cycle. A cold front passing through southeast Virginia every 3 to 4 days. And that's going to reinforce the cooler air that comes down from Canada. In between, however, these cool shots, we can expect a warm up, nothing significantly as far as record-breaking heat, but we will see some slightly above normal temperatures in between these cold frontal passages. Let's take a look at the visible satellite image as well as the current observations showing the temperatures as of 10 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time today on the 9th of October 2019. The image on the left shows a visible satellite image. So anywhere you see that milky white color to gray color indicates where clouds are currently located this morning. And we are pretty much socked in with low clouds again today, more of those nimbostratus clouds in lower level stratoform, pretty much locked in as the winds blow in from the north-northeast off the Atlantic Ocean into the area. So you'll see a lot of clouds today that will continue. Really no change from yesterday. Kind of a gloomy day out there. So the good news is we have some sunnier conditions ahead here in the next couple days. So this should be the last day where we really see these low clouds hanging in all day. Image on the right shows the actual current observations from around the area, and showing a general north-northeast wind across the area. It's still fairly brisk at times, gusting up to 20 miles per hour, and in some cases 25 miles per hour, the closer you get to the water, as we have an area of low pressure off the mid-Atlantic coast, while we have an area of higher pressure up over New England, over the St. Lawrence River Valley. And so the difference in pressure between the high and the low is creating this brisk north to north-northeast wind across the area this morning. Temperatures are fairly cool, ranging from 61 at Richmond to 62 at Wakefield this morning, 66 in Norfolk, and 62 in Chesapeake. And in general, we have, again, a northerly wind starting to blow in a little bit drier air, but it's still fairly moist atmosphere, as evidenced by the low clouds and the drizzle. Current analysis on the left shows what's happening today on the 9th of October across the United States. We have an area of low pressure generally to the east of Virginia at 1,006 millibars. There is an area of higher pressure up over the St. Lawrence River Valley just to the north of Maine. So again, the gradient between the two, pressure gradient between the two, or the difference between the two in pressure, is resulting in strong north-northeasterly winds. Across the western U.S., especially into parts of Idaho and Montana, they are experiencing some snow today with another storm system, a 999 millibar low situated over southwestern Wyoming. So they're getting a lot of snowfall across Montana yet again. They already got one snowstorm last week, and they're getting another one this week. Overall, fairly dry across the United States as a whole, with just a little bit of scattered showers, rain showers over Kansas and Oklahoma and North Texas, but overall mainly dry if you got any travel plans today. Image on the right shows the jet stream with the oranges and yellow colors. The green colors indicate higher wind speeds. Green colors indicating 65 to 70 mile per hour winds associated with the jet. And then we have a trough, a cooler trough out over the Pacific Northwest into parts of Idaho and Montana. And that's allowing that colder air to come down to the base of the trough in association with that snow that's falling there. But overall, we have a little bit of a gustier winds at the jet stream level blowing along the Carolina coast from south to North Carolina and then out over the western Atlantic, as we have this area of low pressure just sitting there over the western Atlantic. Forecast valid for 10 October tomorrow, 2019. The area of low pressure continues to linger over western Atlantic Ocean at 999 millibars, and there could be some pretty heavy rainfall into parts of Long Island, into parts of southeastern Massachusetts, Rhode Island, and Connecticut, and a lot of wind further up the coast in those locations as well. Some very strong gusty winds. as the area of low pressure is simply being blocked. It's being blocked by that ridge to the northeast of it, so it's not able to just readily escape and head back out to sea. So it's still lingering around. For southeast Virginia tomorrow, we are expecting a drying trend as the winds become more northerly. We are expecting conditions to dry out, maybe some morning clouds and some showers, but eventually that will end, giving way to partly sunny skies during the afternoon and a fairly pleasant fall afternoon across southeast Virginia, including the Hampton Road cities. The area of low pressure over the central U.S. at 1,002 millibars will continue to move towards the northeast. There are some showers developing tomorrow if you have travel plans out over Missouri, Iowa, into Minnesota. Behind that area of low pressure, there is an area of moderate snow over central North Dakota down to central South Dakota. That seems to be where the rain-snow line is. So just keep that in mind if you got plans to travel up to the northern plain states. Image on the right shows the 500 millibar height anomalies. Again, wherever you see the blue shading, that is below normal heights. Wherever you see the maroon shading, that's above normal heights. With blue shading, below normal heights generally equate to a colder atmosphere, while the maroon shading, the warmer above normal heights, equate to warmer temperatures. And so we have a pocket of cooler air situated tomorrow pretty much over Idaho and in the central U.S., Wyoming, Colorado, in association with that storm system there in the Midwest. So there's a trough, upper level trough dipping down across the central U.S., while we have a little bit of a ridge trying to develop over the Ohio Valley into the mid-Atlantic by tomorrow. And that's also going to help result in some drying of the atmosphere. Moving on now to Friday to end the work week, the 11th of October. The area of low pressure remains over the western Atlantic. It has slightly weakened to 1,001 millibar central pressure, but still a lot of wind energy, some really high seas. If you have any mariner interests over the western Atlantic, definitely advisable to just remain in port until after this storm moves further out to sea and away from the east coast of the U.S. There's going to be a lot of beach hazards associated with this as well. High surf advisories, rip currents. It's not a good time to get in the water right now. There is an area of low pressure. The area of low pressure has now moved north up from the previous day. By Friday, it's now up over central southern Canada, and there's an area of rain that extends right along a cold front from northern Minnesota, Lake Superior, Wisconsin, down to Illinois, into Arkansas, all the way down to eastern Texas by Friday. And that front will eventually approach southeast Virginia and the mid-Atlantic coast here by Sunday. Again, the image on the right shows the 500 millibar, 18,000 foot height anomalies based on climatology for this time of year. Below normal heights continue in association with below normal temps across the central U.S., Minnesota, in Iowa, Nebraska, Kansas, and then we have a little bit of above normal heights with the ridge poking its head across the eastern U.S. Moving ahead now to the weekend. Some of you have a 3-day holiday weekend. What about Saturday, 12 October? The area of low pressure over the western Atlantic, the storm system finally begins moving away, pulling away as the block created by the ridge over the North Atlantic finally breaks down. So that low pressure and storm finally moves away to the northeast. Winds should be much lighter by that point across southeast Virginia by Saturday. We do have a weakening cold front approaching from the west. It's currently on Saturday. It's positioned over West Virginia into western PA, Pennsylvania into western New York State. A 993 millibar low is positioned over northern Minnesota, so there'll be some scattered snow showers from Minnesota, parts of Minnesota, into western Wisconsin for this Saturday, the 12th of October. And most of the rest of the nation looks pretty dry. The height anomaly chart on the right shows below normal heights, well below normal heights, centered over central Minnesota into western Wisconsin. And so that's where the coldest temperatures will reside with those snow showers. Moving ahead now to Sunday, the 13th of October, the forecast. There are a few scattered showers that try to develop along the eastern Carolina coastline up through southeast Virginia. So I've thrown some rain showers into the forecast now for Sunday, and also an increase in cloudiness. Now the real trick with this cold front coming through southeast Virginia and the mid-Atlantic on Sunday, it looks like it's weakening as it moves east, and it may have a difficult time really clearing the coast. I'm kind of torn on this right now, but as of right now, we do expect some scattered periods of light rain showers on Sunday with mostly cloudy skies for southeast Virginia. So if you have weekend plans, Saturday's looking better than Sunday right now. A strong area of low pressure just continues to spin up over southern Canada, with coldest air remaining up over the upper Midwest into Wisconsin, northern Iowa, Minnesota, and into Michigan. So again, we have some scattered showers that we may have to contend with on Sunday here in southeast Virginia. The below normal heights and below normal temperatures remain over Lake Superior into the upper Midwest, really to the northwest of the Mid-Atlantic for Sunday. Moving ahead now to Monday, the 14th of October. Some of you have this day off for Columbus Day holiday. Again, I could see this right now. I've got a dry forecast for Monday, but I could actually see this being more of a scattered rain showers still lingering into Monday, the 14th, based on how the front weakens as it kind of just comes through the area and stalls out, has a difficult time clearing the coast. So we could see some scattered rain showers also on Monday. Not an all-day washout, but just something to keep in mind here in southeast Virginia. The whole U.S., the rest of the U.S. is looking fairly dry. If you take a trip anywhere from the east to west coast, it's looking fairly dry, except for the upper peninsula and even the lower peninsula of Michigan. And that's where you have a pocket of some cooler, chillier rain showers. The image on the right shows the height anomalies at 18,000 feet. Notice the blue shading again. That's where the coldest temperatures reside, the coolest temperatures for Monday, the 14th of October, Columbus Day. And then moving ahead to the 15th of October, next Tuesday, again, fairly dry across the United States as a whole. There are some pockets of rain across Louisiana and Arkansas, and there is some scattered rain snow showers into northeastern Minnesota, and scattered rain showers across the upper peninsula of Michigan. But outside of that, here in southeast Virginia, we finally dry out once again by Tuesday for sure, and so we expect seasonable weather for Tuesday, temperatures in the lower 70s. You see on the right the lower height anomalies where the coolest temperatures will reside on Tuesday. So here is the 7-day outlook from Spot On Weather. This is courtesy of Metro Weather Watch. The graphic is courtesy of Metro Weather Watch. Today, mostly cloudy with those light showers. High temperature, only 67 degrees today. And it'll drop down to about 59 degrees overnight tonight. And then tomorrow on Thursday, we're expecting morning clouds and showers, giving way to partly sunny skies during the afternoon with a high temperature of 70 degrees. Going to feel great out there. If you got any activities, going to feel really good like fall. Overnight low on Thursday night down to 60 degrees. Dry Friday, Saturday, partly sunny skies. Get out and enjoy it if you can. 71 degrees for a high Friday, gorgeous, and then high 76 and warming a little bit by Saturday out ahead of the next weak cold front. And then by Sunday, that weak cold front gets closer to the area. We can expect some scattered showers, and I may spill that over to Monday. Right now, I'm calling Monday dry with mostly sunny skies on Columbus Day, but I may have to include some showers of some sort on Monday. So stay tuned for the latest forecast updates. Highs in the mid-70s this Columbus Day, and then rise slightly to a high of 76 on Tuesday with partly sunny skies. Looking ahead down the road a little bit, I always find this interesting. It's looking like we may see some storm development off the East Coast, especially off the Mid-Atlantic, and then chilly air from the 16th to 17th of October. So what happens is we have a upper level trough that digs down into the eastern U.S. The polar front jet stream takes a dip into the eastern U.S., and we have some fairly strong jet stream winds, and we have an upper level disturbance, really a middle level atmosphere disturbance moving through the long wave pattern. So we may see some steady, moderate rain showers by Wednesday evening, the 16th of October, right on in until early Thursday morning, the 17th of October, as this area of low pressure attempts to develop off the Mid-Atlantic. Just something to keep in mind. We really could use the rainfall. Temperatures will be chilly. These thickness lines plummet to around 546 decameters, which is quite chilly for this time of year. Stay tuned for the latest updates on this. This definitely will change between now and the 16th of October as we look a little bit further down the line. Here is the upper level energy vorticity map on the left. The orange colors indicate the positive vorticity values. Vorticity is simply a spin in the atmosphere, and whenever you see a orangish or yellowish color, that means we have positive vorticity advection. And what that does is it generally results in rising vertical air motion, the development of clouds, and precipitation. So we have a nice little shortwave trough digging into the mid-Atlantic by the evening of the 16th, next Wednesday, the 16th of October in the evening. We got a lot of energy involved with that spinning vorticity. And so we could see some storm development out over the mid-Atlantic coast by that point in time. The image on the right shows the jet stream winds, and they are really moving quickly through the jet stream axis. The orangish shading indicates winds of 110 miles per hour, really blowing over parts of Georgia, northern Georgia, rounding the base of the long wave trough. So again, we have a short wave moving through that long wave pattern, and it could kick off a storm system, something to keep an eye on. Here are the height anomaly forecasts for the 17th and 18th of October. Again, blue shading indicate below normal heights. The maroon, pinkish shading, the peachy shading color indicates above normal heights and usually associated with the ridges. So we have a trough developing, that major shortwave trough into the mid-Atlantic coast on the evening of the 16th of October. The blue shading indicates below normal heights, and that pushes off to the east by Friday morning, the 18th of October. It's off to the east. We have a ridge, a shortwave ridge building into the mid-Atlantic at that time, so that should dry conditions out next Friday. And then we see this ridge poke its head up the 20th through the 22nd, 20 through 22 October. We see this ridge develop, this expansive ridge from the Gulf of Mexico all the way up through New England into southeastern Canada, which results in above normal height anomalies and as a result above normal temperatures. So we do expect warmth to return. Warmth will return between the 20th and the 22nd of October. And that should be followed by much colder air again. On the 23rd of October, you see the blue shading has replaced the peach color. You see that? How things change between the 20th and then the 23rd of October. Things cool down once again. All right, so this is my final thoughts for today's forecast video. Expecting mostly cloudy skies and very chilly today. We're not going to see a very big jump in in the temperatures for the highs today due to the thick cloud cover and limited sunshine. So we do expect mostly cloudy and chilly today with periods of drizzle and light rain. It will remain breezy with highs only in the upper 60s, winds blowing in from the north-northeast. We will see light rainfall amounts generally in the order of less than 1/4 of an inch. Potential minor tidal flooding today through Friday, that continues to be a concern, 1.5 to 2.5 feet above normal at high tide cycles. And this is going to be due to those persistently strong north and northeast winds. We do see a drying out for Thursday afternoon through Saturday with pleasant fall weather. Get out there and enjoy it if you have the chance. Highs will be in the lower to middle 70s with lows in the lower 60s. And then we'll have periods of light showers again on Sunday. This could spill over into Monday. And again, I'm just using that as a cautionary expression. That front may just get hung up around our area, Southeast Virginia, Northeast North Carolina on Monday, and may still result in some clouds and some periods of light showers. Not an all-day rain event on Sunday as that weak cold front crosses the area. And then we're continuing to keep our eye on this possible storm development off the mid-Atlantic coast with a moderate rain event between the 16th and 18th of October as a more amplified trough develops and moves into the eastern United States. Highs may only be in the 60s with lows in the middle 50s over the period between the 16th and 18th of October. So it's definitely going to be chilly if this trough does dig out like it's projected to. And then we expect a warm-up to follow the 20th, 22nd of October as the progressive pattern continues. What I mean by progressive is fast movement of troughs and ridges all the way across the United States from west to east coast. Don't see any blocking or anything stagnant setting up as far as an anomalous ridge or anomalous troughs. So we do see and expect movement of the ridges and troughs and the progressive pattern to continue for the period 20 to 22 October. And then again, progressive weather pattern like I just mentioned. So that wraps things up. It's Spot on Weather. This is where to find us. I want to say thank you so much. I just saw a couple more subscriptions, new subscribers. Welcome to the Spot on Weather. And we really hope you enjoy our presentations, our forecasts, and I do my best to try to make as many videos as I can to try to get the word out to you at home and to allow you to plan accordingly for the weather so there's no surprises when you're out and about. All right, that wraps things up. Everybody, take care. Have a super, super Wednesday. Enjoy it, and we'll talk to you again soon. Spot on weather. If we're not spot on, we're not doing it right. Have a good one, everybody.